Today at Manchester Theatres, I am joined by the showbiz superstar and presenter Ore Oduba, who is going to be performing at the Hope Mill Theatre in Mel Brooks's Young Frankenstein from the 10th of October. Now, of course, we all know and love Ore from being a presenter for CBBC's Newsround, being a BBC sports presenter, hosting shows such as This Morning and game shows, and of course, winning Strictly Come Dancing in 2016. From then, he went on to perform in loads of massive musicals like Grease, Curtains, Rocky Horror, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and now we're getting you again in Young Frankenstein. So thank you so much for joining us today to chat all about this completely bonkers, zany show.
Thanks, Karen. It is bonkers, zany, so funny. It's so funny. It's going to be really hard to not laugh with the audience while we're trying to put on this show. No, it's wonderful. It's such a joy putting it together. You joined us midway through our rehearsal process, literally halfway through the 3 weeks that we've got. And on the other side of that wall over there, they are rehearsing the closing number of Act One, which I'm supposed to be in. So for you, Karen, anything.
Thank you. So tell us a little bit about the story for people who might not know.
Well, I mean, sorry, right.
If you can.
Well, I mean, the Frankenstein gives it slightly away. I play Frederick Frankenstein, or Fronk-en-steen as he prefers to be known. He's the great-grandson of the great Victor Frankenstein, who created Frankenstein's monster. But changes, new generation, he's moved over to New York and he's now a lecturer, professor, and doesn't really want anything to do with the old family business. However, great-grandfather dies and he's got to go back to Transylvania to settle the affairs, and he gets back embroiled in the old stuff, and then just papers ensue. It's beyond ridiculous. But I went to watch the show at the West End in 2018. Leslie Joseph was playing. Yeah. I went as a guest. And I remember just being in the aisles, just on the floor in hysterics. And so it's our job to try to do that justice. So hopefully we will at the Hope Mill.
I'm sure you will. I mean, I saw that show as well in the West End, and it was just bonkers. And like you say, it's like there's the whole he's alive, actually he's dead, is he just unconscious? It's like there's so much. And then there's like there's ghostly visits, and there's unexpected love, and it just doesn't stop, does it? It's relentless.
It doesn't stop, Karen. That's a really lovely observation. There is not one point that you go, maybe I'll go to the loo. I think you're just going to have pants. It's the kind of show that there's every single scene, there's every beat. Mel Brooks, who wrote this production back in the 70s alongside Gene Wilder, who played my character, Frederick Frankenstein. They are known to just comedy geniuses. Every single beat, there's something you don't want to miss. There's just a look or a pause, that pregnant pause, just like you mentioned, so much hilarity in there. So it's a feast. It really is a feast, and I'm so glad that this story is being put back on because it's missed. It's really missed. So we're having a lovely time putting it together.
And you said with your character, you're playing Frederick. He kind of starts out good, but then when he goes back to the house, he kind of gets drawn into a few bits and pieces. So with you kind of playing both sides of the coin there, so to speak, is this just like one of the most fun parts that you've ever had?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I feel so privileged to be. I rember auditioning thinking, that would be amazing to get. I don't think it's going to be me. You want me to do it? That's mad. Because it's the biggest role I've ever taken on. You know, we're a week and a half in, and I think this is the eighth dance number that I'm learning. It's just it's not my background. I've been doing it for 7-8 years now. You mentioned some of the other work that I've done, and so I'm having to just get up to speed with everybody and not miss a trick, because my character doesn't leave the stage basically and is in everything. So I'm finding layers of potential that I always hoped were there, but Nick Winston, who's an absolute choreography genius, is getting every single drop.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that because you're barely off stage, and I feel like you should have had a year off just to recover from Me Old Bamboo. So Do we need to send you like protein bars and chocolate and things like that?
Oh, I remember thinking the old bamboo was as fast as I could move, and then we did this. Um, no, it's wonderful. It's wonderful because this is we do put it on the Ritz in this musical. It's one of it's an Irving Berlin classic, is one of the most classic numbers in musical theatre history.
Yeah.
And tap number. I've always dreamt of being in a tap number in a musical theatre production. And so I'm learning how to tap. I never knew that I had it in me. I'd done a few adult tap classes. I went to an open university course every number of weeks.
No way.
A couple of years ago. I was dreadful. Really, I tried, but now I just finding more and more potential, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
Guys, I must say, these guys, this might be one of the most talented casts I've ever worked with. There's humor, comedy timing, incredible artistry of dance. The voices are impeccable. So yeah, it's worth a buck, I tell you.
And you mentioned putting on the Ritz there. That is one of my takeaway memories of the whole show. So when me and my friends went to watch it, every so often now, if like we'll just text each other and we just go like, put it on the Ritz. Because that whole section, I mean, it's just pure Hollywood showbiz musical theatre heaven, isn't it?
Karen, I'm glad that you enthuse it as much as we do. Exactly. That there's a reason that number has stood the test of time, and it's so ingrained. As soon as that music starts, you're like, I know this, even if you don't think you know it, you know it.
Yeah.
So many versions going back from Fred Astaire and Top Hat, and so many people have created it, and we're creating something brand new. This is for a well-known tune and a well-known production. So again, even for people who know it and have seen it and love it, this is a whole new, fresh take that hopefully will make it even more adorable.
Yeah, and the other music, I mean, Together Again, and there's just something that I was trying to think of how I could word it, and you can't. It's just that essence, that feeling, isn't it, of show busy, old school kind of, but in this modern musical. It's so clever.
Yeah. I think it's irrelevant. I think it's still so relevant. It's a story set in Transylvania back in the day. It still works. I think that's the point. It's still so loved. It still stands up today. It's tricky in the landscape that we live in with musicals, and there's so much modern theatre, new scripts that are being created and put out there, and they're relevant to today and to now. I think those only stand on the shoulders of the work that's been done in the past. And the minute that we forget or lose all of that classic work, none of the stuff that we make in the future is going to make any sense. That all that stuff has to stay alongside, because even when we're talking about some of the dance work that we're doing, it's all referring to stuff that's happened in the past. It's like, oh, that bit of Fosse there, or a little bit of Fred Astaire there. All of that stuff they put into musicals they're creating today. And so just to get that chronology or that through line just for anybody who loves this craft, this art form, this stuff is bread and butter. So I really hope people are gonna come to Hope Mill. We've got 2 months in Manchester.
Yeah.
And then the guys actually take it to Liverpool for December. And you got to grab your ticket while it's not, because you don't want to miss this one.
I know, yeah. It is one not to be missed. And you are back in Manchester. So much of your career has ended up based around Manchester that you are. I mean, you are one of us now, basically. Whether you like it or not, we're claiming you.
To come back, I left Manchester in 2017, living in Manchester, and I've been back like monthly ever since. But to come back and actually put on the show, the production I'm probably the most proud of in my career, back in a city that I loved for a time that I never could have dreamt that this would be reality, is kind of surreal and very, very special.
Yeah, I can imagine it is. And just to finish, so you've said in the show that the character follows in his great-great-grandfather's footsteps. How about you? Where has all your talent come? Are you following in anyone's footsteps from your family?
wasn't sure where that question was going. No, no, I mean, I would love to do that. What's that show that they do on BBC One? They go back and follow the family tree.
Oh yeah, the Who Do You Think You Are one.
Who knows? This was very much my childhood. You know, I remember being 9 or 10, being desperate to be in the school production. I just remember thinking, what a wonderful thing to bring all of these different year groups and teachers and departments of the school all together. My eyes were so widened by it. And so as soon as I was able, I was in every school production through till I was 18. I just loved being on stage. I loved performing. I sung. I was in a band. I did loads on stage, and then I just strictly that happened. That came and went. And I recognized. I remembered. Actually, that's what it was, Karen. I remembered because life got in the way. Everything stopped. That was before, and this is now. And I totally forgot that was made me feel alive. And so, fast forward 10 years since the dance show. And I'm like, this is what I was always supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Well, we are glad that you are. We are so glad that you are. And I cannot wait to come and watch this show at Hope Mill. Gorgeous theatre, brilliant people, and fabulous casting. So thank you so much for chatting with us today. As we've said, you can catch it at Hope Mill, Young Frankenstein from the 10th of October, and it's there for quite some time. So no excuse, grab your tickets and go put on the roots. Thank you so much.